Oh, this paper is so complicated. I just can't even answer these questions. Hello everyone. Are you also thinking in the same way? Don't worry at all because the A-level General English paper is not complicated as you think. And today I am here to wipe out all your worries and to give you a very clear idea about A-level General English paper structure. But before that, I would like to give you a small tip to learn English in a very easy manner. If you can improve your speaking, listening, writing and reading, yes, you really can make it to a better level. Though there are 4 skills to consider in English language, when it comes to our A-level paper, you only have to give your major concerns towards reading and writing. So, here in this presentation, you can see the structure of the paper in a very simple manner. In your exam, there are 2 papers as paper 1 and paper 2. So, for paper 1, time duration is 1 hour with 60 marks. And these 60 marks will be divided into 8 questions. Basically, the first paper is divided into 2 parts as part A and part B. In part A, you will receive 35 marks for 5 questions, and as for part B, there will be 3 questions with a total marks of 25. Simply, that is the overview of first paper. And when it comes to the second paper, there will be 13 questions with a time duration of 3 hours. 140 marks will be given to the second paper. As I mentioned earlier, second paper gives it major concentration towards reading and writing. So make sure to write properly with correct grammar. And also, if you have time to read the paper twice in the exam, please read it carefully again because there may be places where you have done mistakes. So now it's due time to clarify all our doubts while having a very clear idea about this part of the paper. As you can see in the chart, second paper again can be divided into 3 parts as part A, part B and part C. Part A contains 50 marks for the first 5 questions. Part B contains 25 marks for the question number 6, 7 and 8. And the third part, part C, contains questions from 9 to 13 and 65 marks. As a whole, paper 1 and paper 2 contain 200 marks with a total time of 4 hours. And altogether, there will be 21 questions. So the questions will be asked from the easiest to bit challenging questions. That's why I told you A-level English paper is not really difficult. That's all about bit challenging questions. Now let's have a closer look at paper 1. As I mentioned earlier, in the paper 1, there are 2 parts as part A and part B. In the part A, first question will be about prepositions with 5 marks. If you have observed 2019 and 2020 papers, you can see that first question is based on a paragraph and there you have to put the most appropriate prepositions. And when it comes to the second question, you will receive a paragraph that will test your ability in verb forms and tenses. Here you will receive 10 marks for the second question. The third question will be about a clause test, which is a test of ability to comprehend text in which the students have to supply the missing word. So here you have to read the paragraph and should choose the most relevant word. This question includes 10 marks. The fourth question is related to the word collocations with a total mark of 5. Simply you will get a paragraph to fill in the blanks with the most suitable word. The challenging part is the 4 word options that you will get. The thing is, these 4 words will often go together with a similar meaning, and out of those words you have to select the most suitable answer which goes with the text. And when we talk about the fifth question, it will be a word formation question and you will receive 5 marks for that. Here the question processes a paragraph with blanks. Those blanks are given to complete the remaining part of a word that is already given in a text. The knowledge about affixes will be really important to do an activity like this. As you can see for part A, 35 marks will be given. Now let's move towards the part B of the first paper. As I mentioned earlier, this part contains questions from 6 to 8. So the question 6 will give its focus on sentence comprehension with a total mark of 5. Here the paper is going to check your ability to understand a sentence properly. To do that, there will be a sentence with 4 options. Out of those options, students will have to pick the answer with the most suitable meaning. So if you do it all correct, you will get 5 marks. And now let's go to the next question. 7th question is about basic reading skills with 10 marks on it. With relevance to this question, there will be a simple text, and according to that, the students will have to answer the given questions. The last question of the paper is based on paragraph development, where you will receive 10 marks. Here, the students will have to construct a paragraph according to the given text with a word limit of 75 to 100. Please note that here you should write only one paragraph and do not write more than one. The thing is, there is a possibility for mark deduction as you haven't followed the instruction properly. So make sure to follow the instructions. The marks for this question will be given according to your content and the language use. For the content, a student will receive 4 marks, while for the language use, they will receive 6 marks. And that's how 10 marks are given to this question. And yes, that marks the end of the first paper. And here comes the second paper, which is based on 3 parts, namely Part A, Part B, and Part C. Part A evaluate your reading skills. Part B is about dialogues. And Part C is about writing skills. Here, 50 marks will be given to Part A, 25 marks for Part B, and 65 marks for Part C. In question 1, you will have to infer the meanings of words in a text, which means for your A-level General English paper, you will receive a text with bold words in it. You have to underline the meaning that is most appropriate to the context for the words given in bold type form. If you do it accurately, you will get 10 marks for this question. The second question is about a reading based on a short text with 10 marks. Here, you will have to answer the questions according to the given text. Third question is a reading based on a poem with a total mark of 5. The students will have to underline the correct answer after reading the poem. So now, you may have a certain idea about the paper. Though paper contains a considerable amount of questions, it is not really difficult, as most of the time you have to underline or answer the questions according to the given options. Actually, this new paper structure really thinks about students a lot. So, back again to the paper, and you are going to receive a summary clause for your 4th question with 5 marks in it. Here you will be given a summary to fill in the blanks according to the information given in the paragraph. The next question contains a reading based on a complex text with 20 marks. Here the question paper contains a bit lengthy paragraph and the students will have to answer according to the given text. And now let's have a closer look at Part B, which gives it concentration towards dialogues. Question 6 is about language functions with 5 marks. Here you have to give the most suitable response to the given sentence with correct grammar. You are only allowed to write answers in one sentence. In question number 7, there will be a question related to dialogue completion where you will get 5 marks. Simply, you have to complete the parts of the dialogues between 2 people. But make sure not to use more than 2 sentences. The last question of Part B is related to the dialogue construction where you will receive 15 marks. According to the given situation, the students will have to build up a dialogue. Here one character must talk at least 5 times. And if you complete it in a better manner, you are going to get a whole bunch of 15 marks. The Part C of the paper is about writing skills. So when it comes to question 9, it is related to sentence construction with 5 marks. The question paper consists of words related to a noun, verbs, adjectives and adverbs. From those word lists, students have to select any 5 words to construct meaningful sentences. Here, you are free to use any verb tense, but make sure to write grammatically correct sentences. And other than verb forms, you have to keep adjectives and adverbs in their original form. Do not change them. So, that's all about question number 9. And here comes the 10th question, which is about the interpretation of data based on a graph, chart or table with a total mark of 10 marks. Here, the marks will be given according to your content and language use. For content, 4 marks will be given, while for the language use, you will receive 6 marks. Most probably, question 11 is based on a notice, informal letter or an email with 15 marks. And when it comes to this particular question, 5 marks will be given for the content and 10 marks will be given for the language use. The 12th question is all about a formal letter with 15 marks. For the format, students will receive 1 mark, 5 marks for the content, 2 marks for organization and 8 marks for language use. Finally, the 13th question will be about an essay with 20 marks. Here, 6 marks will be given to content, 10 marks for language use and 4 marks for the organization. So, that is all about the A-level paper structure, and I hope that information was useful to you all and you all got a very clear idea about it. If you have any issues related to the paper, let me know in the comment section. So, that's all for today and have a nice day.